And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the level 60 Blacksmith quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, as before, as we did with the Carpenter quests, we're only doing the level 60 quests for the sake of YouTube, to see the final story and so on, to see what's going on. So to do the Blacksmith quest, we need to come to Fremondain in the Dual Crozier in the Pillars. So let's talk to them. And what we realized in the last episode is that you don't choose which materia you want. You actually get all three of them. So you get 3 rank 4 materias, which is really awesome. So the quest is called Integrity. So Fremondain's eyes are alight with hope. So Mistress Menethil, the final round of the tourney has begun. Milady has won 6 bouts with ease, and those who dismissed her skill as mere luck have eaten their words. The crowd is in awe of her strength and fury. Why, I have even heard it said that she is Saint Phinia come again. The comparison is well merited. Milady's sword arm is excellent, but she wins because she is relentless. Even brave contenders have forfeited from fear. Now, however, she stands with 8 others of equal might. I feel without integrity, please, my friend, forge a new fine host for the sword. An Adamantite Winglet, I believe you said. Okay, so we need to make an Adamantite Winglet so that she can win her tournament. So let's see. Adamantite Winglet. Let's see what items are required to make it. So we need 3 nuggets, 1 Aurum Regis nugget, which is made by Goldsmith, 1 birch lumber made by Carpenter, and 1 scale glue made by Alchemist. So let's make the birch lumber, actually. Let's get that over with. So we need 5 birch logs. And if there isn't any cheap logs, we'll just get a lumber. So say 6k for the lumber, if we want 1. But yeah, these are really cheap, so let's just get 5. We need 5. Let's just get these. So we'll pick up, just so it's an even number. Okay, so that's the lumber. Scale glues. We need, again, 3 dragon scales. The 3 dragon scales. Now, it's up to you which way you do it. Oh, 105 gil. Nice. I can live with that. So, and we need, 2 drake scales, 2 buyer scales. Now, you can go out of your way to buy all this stuff, but I would rather spend the time, like, just crafting rather than buying materials, you know? Gathering materials. So, let's see. Whatever, let's just get 6. We can save some for later. And buy a scale. But because we're crafting all of this stuff ourselves, because we're omni-crafters, it means that we will save a lot of money. Really, really a lot of money. Okay, so that's those. And then we need the Aurum Regis nugget. The Aurum Regis nuggets require... Here it is. I have all the materials for Aurum Regis nuggets. Nice. So I need 15 adamantite ores, I think. Okay, here we go. Adamantite ores. 15. Can I get any cheap ones? 4k. And I think it's actually worth spending the money on the high qualities, just because it's only a little bit more money compared to the normal qualities. So I might as well get the high qualities. It makes it a lot easier for myself. Okay, so let's make first the birch lumber. So let's see, birch lumber, here it is. Cool. We're going to use high quality baked onion soup, and because we're using high qualities, it means that we can use all of my macros like I've already released, just because, yeah. So let's use the macro that I will put in the description of the videos, like links to these macros that I might use throughout, just so I don't have to do it all manually. Okay. And hopefully this will work perfectly fine, so you can see the power of these macros. So you see, I don't even really have to be involved, because we've already done the hard work. We already have the macros, we already have the skills and all the tools in order to make these items. So, okay, that's that done. Next macro. Okay. I hope it's enough. If not, it's going to go pop, which would be really, really sad. Okay. Please work. Damn it! Kaboom! So, yeah, that's what happens when you're an idiot. So let's do the macro again. Let's make sure we actually hit the proper macro. We pressed the wrong macro, and that's always a problem. But yeah, there is a lot of abilities in this game, and what is interesting about this game as well, in case you don't know, is you can borrow abilities from other crafts. So you can see that on my blacksmith, sorry, on my carpenter, and on all my crafts really, I'm sharing 10 abilities from other crafts. So I'm not just using the carpenter only abilities, I'm also borrowing abilities from other crafts, and that's why I said being an omni crafter is better, because I felt as well that the game is very, very much designed for us to be able to share all these abilities and have the power of all 8 crafts behind you, and not just do it relying on one craft only. That's how they designed the game. So, okay, that's that done. 100%. Boom. So now let's make the Aurum Regis nugget that we need. So Aurum Regis nugget. Okay. So, again, let's try our luck with our macros. And this is why I love macro crafting, because it removes the thinking. As long as you meet... Because this is a question I get all the time. As long as you meet the stats and the CP requirements for the macro, then it'll work. If you don't, it won't. Simple as that. I mean, you saw one of my macros fail because my carpenter didn't meet the requirements. That's just how it is. So, but if you do meet the requirements, then believe me, these macros will save you a lot of time and effort. They really will. So... yeah, so let's do... let's see, what is our goldsmith stats? Okay, we can hit this macro, actually, because we should be good to go. We should be powerful enough. Use that macro. Okay. So let's hope that it gets to 100%. It might not. It depends if there's a good or an excellent, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think it will. 81%? 81% is fine. I wouldn't complain about that too much. Boom, high quality, done. Let's make our scale glue. The scale glue on high quality scale. Yeah, let's do it. What item do we have? Weapon 55, so we're going to use the other macro, no problem. So like I said, in terms of this is macro crafting for you, and I do have an entire collection of macros for all different level ranges and all crafts. I could do them all manually, which like I did for Carpenter, but I just want to show the power of macro crafting in this episode. It's 100% up to you which way you do it. Okay, so that's that. So next, let's hit this ability. I've got to set different macros for different situations, depending how powerful I am. When all my gear is the same, equivalent in power and stats, then I will have the same set of macros for all 8 crafts, but because there is variety in my gear, that's why I have to have a variety in my macros. Okay, 94%. Yeah, we won't complain about that. So, yeah, 2 and 3. Cool. So that's the scale glue made. So now we need to make the 3 nuggets. So let's change back to Blacksmith. Let's make our Adamantite nuggets. We have high quality mats, so it should be... I should high quality, no problem. So synthesize. Okay, let's hit the macro again. Yeah, so I haven't actually got all of the level 60 tools yet. I've been working on it, but I have got a couple. I've got the Blacksmith and the Goldsmith 180 tools for red scripts, so I will get all of the stuff fully updated as I go. I just want to finish all these level 60 quests so that I can get all the material I need so I can max meld my 150 gear and so on and so on and so on and so on. It's just like, it's all part of the same journey, really. And then I'll make sure that all my tools are up to date. And for now, that's the only thing I'm spending red scripts on, is 180 tools. I'm not going to spend red scripts on anything else until I have all 8 of the red 180 tools. Okay, and that's that. Boom, 100%. So synthesize. Let's do again macros. And like I said, I will link in the description of the video where all of these macros are. And of course, I could have done this a lot sooner, but I just was so busy on so many other things, so I wish I'd done these sooner, but c'est la vie, you know, that's life. You know, no one can say to me that I haven't been working hard on everything I do. So, let's just keep going. And finally at a point of doing all the level 60 quests, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm happy that we got to this point, at least before patch 3.1. Okay. And it was a nice surprise to see that we're going to get a lot of rank 4 materials, so it will make doing the 2-star melding a lot easier, having all these free materials to use. Okay, 100%, boom. So again, let's make our third nugget. Let's go. And then we can make our Adamantite Winglet, which will hopefully let the lady win her tournament. Yeah, so now I try to think about these things in the long term. As long as I reach and get all the materials before the next expansion, which who knows is when, it could be a year away from now and so on, then I'm going to take my sweet time. Like, I am not going to bankrupt myself in terms of gil. I've got 10 million gil available to me, which I've kept in the FC chest, that I'm not going to bankrupt every time new gear comes out. No way. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to be as efficient as I can because I have to think about the long term. The long term is this gear will always get replaced, so it's not worth burning gil for it. I would rather keep the gil. Okay, so that's the nugget made. So now let's make the winglet. And that's just something I've learned from 10 years of MMOs, is like just to think of the long term in terms of gear and stuff. Okay, so that's all the materials, high quality, awesome. So let's use our level 70 durability macro. And let's see how quickly it gets to 100% high quality. So you see comfort zone in a quiet, steady hand 2. I think it's 2 hasty touches, and then it starts using basic touches. Yeah. Because hasty touches is a risky business, it really is. And then you see here, precise touch, nice. And my macros are smart, that they actually know when to switch to precise touch compared to basic touch. So, okay, macro number 2. We're already at 70%, so it should be no problem given we have 7 stacks of Inner Quiet. Okay, so great strides, and then Bygot's Blessing, 100%. Okay, steady hand. Now we're going to do piece by piece, and then piece by piece. And then I think it does basically just 3 Careful Synthesis 2s. Yeah, it actually does 3 of them in the macro, but because my stats on Blacksmith are a lot higher than other classes, it means I got to 100% very, very quickly. So anyway, here is Fremondain. So it is done, Mithrie Menifil. Has the new host for Integrity been forged? Yes, it has. Let's hand it over. Hand over. Let's see the cutscenes. So, hello and above. Magnificent. Simply magnificent. If you allow me to transfer the remains of Saint Finia. So there, a relic and requiem reborn. Wow. So here is our little knight. So, Fremondain of all times to Mithrie, weaponry. So, Fury take me, you remade that rusty sword? So, oh, the kindness of her heart, milady. It is a masterpiece, it is not? Is it not? And it is yours, free of charge. The blade is blessed. The hilt is a requiem of Saint Finia, and bound within are the prayers of your ancestors, no doubt uttered during pitched battles. When you wield the blade, all of House Gervain walks with you. Allow me to present integrity. May it carry you to victory this day. So free of charge, all this for nothing? I cannot accept this. So I had thought it strange that we could afford a smith of Mithrie's caliber with my coffers so bare. How did you pay for Fremondain? With promises? So how could you? However low, I am still a noble. I will not taint my name by turning beggar because of ill fortune, nor tarnish my victory with this sword. But Baroness, only the blade has been remade. House Gervain's prayers were yours, and are yours. And what of Mistress Menifil? She had poured her hopes into the weapon. As have I. We are the people you wish to protect, yes? How can you deny your duty to us? How can you just leave this sword to rust? No, I could never. My father would... I love the music. So you have the right of it. I will be proud to wield integrity, but I will offer you recompense, Mithrie. Materia will do. Thank you. So, the Signine Rosary, my lady, but that is the only valuable left, and it was your parents' favourite. I know, Fremondain. When I am champion, Mithrie, I will give you the tourney prize to have it back. Is that alright? No pressure, no pressure. Nice. So she has a much better sword. So, thank you. Well, now to the 8 bouts before me. If the Temple Knights see me at my best, then I will join them. But if I lose even one... you two await me here. I will return from the Proving Grounds to tell you if I win, when I win. Just wish we could watch. So, I have never seen her so unsure. She needs our support, your support. My fretting will only cause her greater worry. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Proving Grounds and cheer her on. So let's go to the... Where do we need to go to? Oh, the broom. Okay, so let's use the Aethernet. Let's go to the... I think it's the Forgotten Knight. Okay, so here we go. So hopefully we'll get to see her kick some ass. Here she is. So, Mithrie, why are you... Oh, who cares? Thank you for coming. I was just taking a deep breath. The air inside is vile. So, me worried? Of course not. I am Larice de Gervais. Never give up, never gives in, as father said. Lead by example, no weakness, no faltering. I must be iron, unbending, unyielding, as father said. He was a good leader, Mithrie. I can be too. A voice for the voiceless. I will win. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah. So, I feel as if I'm holding my father's hand. Courage, Larice, courage. Thank you, my friend. I will return with good tidings. So let's see what she does. Let's hope her sword, like, cuts the other guy's sword in half. So, forward. So, watch over me, father. Ding! That ding is the made by Mithrie seal of approval. So, Mistress Manafil. I could not stand the waiting. Is my lady... So, thank you. She needed encouragement. I am glad you were here to give it. Well, shall we wait for tidings? Okay, so let's speak with Fremondain. We have to go back to the Jewel Grosier, and let's see what the result of the tournament was. So, yeah, so like I said, I just love the fact that every class in this game has got a story. It's really awesome. And we'll see if all the worrying about the tournament paid off in the end now that she's got the right sword. But anyway, here he is. Fremondain, I don't know how to pronounce his name. So, okay, cutscene. So the tourney ought to have ended by now. Where is... Milady, dare I hope that... But the sword was wonderful, truly. It was my strength that... No. Pardon me, Baroness. The Temple Knights have sent me to find you, as you left the arena before the awarding of honours. Should I have stayed, sir? I lost in the first bout. The champion laurels were not yours, my lady, but you have won an honour. That of the most valiant. You faced an opponent who was thrice your size, yet neither retreated nor hesitated. In truth, we thought you would pummel the man to death. None who saw the tourney will soon forget your fury, madam. Sir Handelop himself was impressed. He wishes to discuss your potential with the Lord Commander. Sir Aymeric? So, Sir Handelop has asked that you be elevated to apprentice squire forthwith. It is a humble title, but one once held by many of the Temple Knights' finest. So, milady, is this not everything you have dreamed of? So, my lady, if I may, where did you find that glorious sword? She did it. Integrity is the sword of House Gervain made anew by this master of the forge, Mithrie. So, Master Mithrie, I will make it a point to remember the name. Well, Baroness Larice, I will bid you adieu. But allow me to present your winnings. So this tiny girl is now a new Temple Knight for the nation. So, will it be payment enough for the Sigwine Rosary? So I called you a master, for a master you are, Mithrie, and I could have done none of this without your aid. I need not continue. It is our exploits, our victories that history will remember, not our words, and I have no doubt you will be mighty indeed. You may ever reach new heights, my friend. Yep, actions speak louder than words. Definitely. Let's complete and get some other grade 4 materials. Awesome. I'm happy things worked out for her, really, that we were able to serve and give her the weapon she always dreamed of. So anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Level 60 Blacksmith quest done. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.